In 1985, a company was born in Houston, Texas. By the year 2000, it was worth more than $90 billion. Wall Street called it the smartest company in America. For 6 years in a row, Fortune magazine named it the most innovative company in the entire country. But in December of 2001, it collapsed into nothing in less than 1 week. A stock worth $90 a share crashed to just 26 cents. 20,000 people lost their jobs in a single day. Thousands of families lost their entire retirement savings overnight. This is the story of Enron, the biggest financial lie in American history. Stay until the end, because the way they hid the truth will genuinely shock you. Let's go back to the beginning. In 1985, two companies merged, Houston Natural Gas and Enron. Out of that merger, a new company was created, Enron. At first, Enron was simple. It transported natural gas through pipelines across America. But the man running it, Kenneth Lay, had bigger dreams. He wanted Enron to become more than a pipeline company. He wanted it to become a trading empire. So Enron started trading energy contracts, buying and selling gas and electricity like stocks. It worked. Enron grew fast, really fast. By the late 1990s, Enron was trading energy all over the world, from Europe to India to South America. Investors loved it. Analysts loved it. Everyone wanted a piece of Enron stock. The company's revenue reached over $100 billion a year. Enron became the 7th largest company in the entire United States. But here's the problem. Behind all that success, something was very, very wrong. To keep the stock price rising forever, Enron's executives needed the profits to keep growing every single quarter. But real business doesn't always grow that fast. Some deals lose money, some projects fail. So instead of admitting a bad quarter, Enron's leaders found a shortcut. They used something called mark-to-market accounting. Normally, a company only counts profit after it actually receives the money. But with mark-to-market, Enron could estimate future profits from a long-term deal and count all of that profit today, even if the money hadn't arrived yet, and even if the deal might fail later. This meant Enron could report massive profits on paper, profits that didn't actually exist yet in real cash. It was legal on paper, but it was also a ticking time bomb, because eventually some of those deals started failing, and the losses had to go somewhere. This is where Enron's chief financial officer, Andrew Fastow, stepped in. Fastow created hundreds of separate small companies called special purpose entities. On the surface, these looked like independent businesses. In reality, Fastow used them to hide Enron's debt and losses completely off the company's official books. Billions of dollars in debt simply vanished from the public eye. To investors and the public, Enron looked flawless. Profits kept rising every quarter, like clockwork. Employees were told to put their retirement savings into Enron stock. Many of them put almost everything they had into it. Executives, meanwhile, were selling their own shares quietly, cashing out millions while telling employees to keep buying. By August 2000, Enron's stock hit its peak, around $90 a share. It felt untouchable, unstoppable, the perfect company. But cracks were already starting to show. In August 2001, an Enron executive named Sherron Watkins wrote a private memo to Kenneth Lay. She warned him that Enron could, in her words, implode in a wave of accounting scandals. She had discovered the hidden entities, and she knew the company was sitting on losses that could destroy it. At first, her warning was buried. Life at Enron continued as normal. But by October 2001, the truth started leaking out. On October 16th, Enron shocked investors by announcing a massive loss, over $600 million, and a reduction of more than $1 billion in shareholder equity. The Securities and Exchange Commission, America's financial watchdog, opened an official investigation. Investors panicked. The stock started falling fast. Within days, more hidden debt came to light. Billions of dollars that had been hidden for years. Banks refused to lend Enron any more money. Trading partners refused to do business with the company. On November 8th, Enron admitted it had overstated its profits by nearly $600 million over the previous 4 years. The stock, once worth $90, was now trading for less than $1. On December 2nd, 2001, Enron filed for bankruptcy. At the time, it was the largest bankruptcy in American history. 20,000 employees lost their jobs in a matter of days. Many of them also lost their entire retirement savings. because it had all been invested in Enron stock that was now worth almost nothing. But the damage didn't stop with Enron. Arthur Andersen, one of the biggest accounting firms in the world, had been Enron's auditor for years. When investigators discovered that employees at Arthur Andersen had shredded thousands of documents related to Enron, the firm was charged with obstruction of justice. Arthur Andersen collapsed too, taking down another 85,000 jobs worldwide. One scandal had now destroyed two giant companies and hundreds of thousands of lives connected to them. In the years that followed, the people responsible faced justice. Kenneth Lay, the founder, was convicted on multiple charges of fraud and conspiracy, but he died of a heart attack before he could be sentenced. Jeffrey Skilling, the CEO who pushed the aggressive accounting practices, was sentenced to 24 years in prison. Andrew Fastow, the man who built the hidden entities, pleaded guilty and served 6 years in prison. And Sherron Watkins, the woman who tried to warn everyone, became known as one of the most important whistleblowers in American business history. The Enron scandal changed America forever. In 2002, the United States government passed a new law, the Sarbanes-Oxley Act. It forced every public company in America to be far more transparent about its finances, and it made CEOs personally responsible for the accuracy of their company's books. Every company you invest in today, every stock you check on your phone, is protected in part because of what happened at Enron. So here is the real lesson from this entire story. A company can look perfect on the outside, rising stock, glowing headlines, award after award, and still be hollow on the inside. Numbers on a screen are not the same as real value, and when profits grow too fast, too smoothly, with no bad quarters at all, that's not always a good sign. Sometimes it's a warning sign. Enron was once the pride of American business, 6 years running as the most innovative company in the country, and it disappeared in less than 1 week. If this story taught you something today, that's exactly why this channel exists. We dig into the real stories behind the biggest business collapses in history, the ones that change the rules for everyone. So if you want more stories like this one, hit that like button right now. It genuinely helps this channel grow. Subscribe and turn on the notification bell because there are far bigger collapses coming, stories that are even harder to believe. And let me know in the comments. Do you think the punishment these executives received was enough, or should it have been more? Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one.